Hey everyone, as you guys are slowly coming on, I'm going to mute everyone. And just wait for everyone else to come on.
You don't think I can get that board up there tonight? Just to sit it up there?
Let me try and mute her again. All right, we're gonna give it one more minute. I can't read my notes without my glasses, so let's put those on. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the meeting started. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Thank you for popping on here late. I was actually able to do the spin class and fly home and get home by a little after 7. So give me a chance to just decompress and get on here. I prepared for the meeting before I taught the class, so that worked out great. So first thing I want to talk about is the 2 challenges. So I like everything to be simple. And when my inbox has 77 messages about a challenge, I say, forget it. I'm not doing it. And we're going to do something else. What if this person has 4 habits? What if this person has 2 habits? What if this person does this? What if their time zone is this? What if I don't do this? Not doing it. It's just way too much work on my end for something that is just a game. So I'm changing it. We are going, and I mentioned this in the video, we are going back to our straight up step challenge. That's where the money's going to come in. So if you want to buy into the step challenge, it is $5. It starts Monday. You can either post a picture of your Garmin, your whatever you use, your pedometer, whatever you use for your steps. You're going to post a picture in the group every day, at the end of the day or in the morning for the previous day. Totally up to you when you want to post it. It is your responsibility to keep track of your daily steps. If you have an Apple Watch, super easy. It does it for you. I don't know if Garmin's do it or anything else, but every day just mark it on a spreadsheet. I know a lot of people were doing Excel spreadsheets last time we did this. And then at the end of every week, you're going to give me your weekly total. At the end of the session, you're going to give me your total steps. Whoever has the top total steps, it's going to be divided by 3 top total steps, whatever the amount of the buy-in is. And how many people are doing it. It'll be a private group in the app that is doing the step challenge. And the purpose of a step challenge is to get you guys to get you do all your steps and to motivate you for the other people that are not getting in their steps, that want to get motivated to get their steps in. So personally, I feel like everybody should do the step challenge with the buy-in and just do it so you have that motivation, but totally up to you. The other challenge is the focus challenge. Everybody's going to be in that challenge, whether you want to or not. I'm putting everybody in it. It counts for your habits. It counts for your nutrition. I'm sorry, I'm changing it. It counts for hitting your nutrition. And it counts for getting your exercise in. And you'll see that in the challenge. I decided not to do habits because there are people that only have 2 habits. And I don't want to force them to have a 3rd habit. And then there are people that have 3 habits. And there are a couple of people from way back when that have 4 habits. So it wouldn't be fair point-wise for that. I want you guys to remember these challenges are a game. It's fun. I get it. We're competitive. But please don't tell me that you hit your nutrition and someone else hit their nutrition, but theirs hit at this time and yours hit at this time. And can you fix it? I can't. It's an app. It automatically lets me know when you hit your macros. So unfortunately, I can't determine when I say you're going to get when you hit your macros or not. So those are the 2 challenges. Everybody's in the focus group, regardless. If you want to do the step challenge, let me know. I'll put everybody in there for the step challenge that messages me and says they want to do it. I have no idea why you're asking that question today. Right now I have, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I have Sandy, Denise, Andrea, Barbara, and Jody that have paid into the step challenge. If anyone else has, and I just don't have you on my list, it's because I haven't gone through all my Zells yet. Don't worry about it. If you paid me for the focus one and you don't want to do the step, let me know. I will Zell you your money back. Don't need to keep your money. I'll just send it right back to you. Okay. So first, let me say you guys killed it last week. I want to know who this badass is that's entering the Zoom right now. That's awesome. I love that everybody was focused. I love the messages I was getting. I love that people were using me to help them hit their macros. I love the fitness, but the fitness, anybody can work out all day long. I do it. I work out all day long and I still can gain weight. Even though some people, fitness, it doesn't come easy to them, you could technically work out all day long and your body won't change. So yes, I want you guys to be active. I want you to get your fitness in, but there's more to it than that. So people are messaging me, I know I didn't hit my nutrition, but I hit my exercise. You're here for nutrition. This is a nutrition coaching. Our goal is nutrition. Anybody can get on a treadmill, hit a 3 and a 4 and walk, right? It's hitting those macros. That's where the challenge comes in. That's why I'm here. And you guys used me last week, which I love. If you didn't use me last week, use me this week, use me every week going forward. That's why I do this, because I love it. Okay. So first thing I want to talk about is some mistakes that are made when people are trying to lose weight. I'm just letting other people in, sorry. So, and I made notes and I made a list and all this stuff. So let me grab my list. Okay. So the first thing people do, and I want to bring this up, and I've talked about this over and over and over again. I've had a couple of people say, can you just write me what I should eat? Usually when I have a coach, this is what the person said, people said, usually when I have a coach, they tell me what to eat. That's not a coach. That's a dictator. A coach is somebody that works with you to reach your goals. Me telling you to eat oatmeal and egg whites and crap that you don't want to eat is not me coaching you. It's me putting you in a position for failure. The same thing you've been doing over and over and over again, doing the Optavia, doing whatever it is, doing keto, doing South Beach, everything. I've done it all. Those restrictions is the number one mistake. And that is why I don't tell you what to eat. I want you guys, first of all, to learn from your mistakes. I want you guys to see when you eat something on a Sunday, how it affects your weight on Monday versus when you weigh in on Friday, what you ate on Thursday. Knowing that the scale might go up on a Sunday from Sunday to Monday might not be fat gain. It's just the scale went up. It could be water. But those are the things you learn by me not telling you what to eat, by me letting you run your life, by letting you realize the foods that you like to eat are not off limits. So when you do lose the weight and you go on maintenance, you can continue eating those. Rigid and restrictive diets will frustrate you. Hold on, let me let somebody in. They'll frustrate you. They will lead you to habits that you will not be able to sustain. And what will happen is by focusing on the habits that are just what I'm telling you to eat, when I'm not there anymore, you're going to be lost. And that's why I don't do that. I want you guys to take ownership of what you're doing. So please do not message me and say, what should I eat for breakfast tomorrow? I don't know. First of all, I don't even know what you have in your refrigerator, right? So unless you're going to go by what I have in my refrigerator, I have no idea what you guys can eat for tomorrow. I will tell you at every meal, you need to be eating protein. You need to be eating carbs and you need to be eating fats. And I will help you hit those numbers. Think about lean proteins. Think about your fruits. Think about your vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats. This is a long-term lifestyle commitment. It is not 8 weeks, said and done. So number one thing of mistakes when people are changing their lifestyle is following a rigid diet. The next thing is overdoing your workouts. There's a thing called workout burnout. There's a thing called killing your metabolism because you're working too much, working out too much. There needs to be a balance. And if you're working out too much, you probably should be eating way more than what you're telling me. So when you guys are doing this, when you're working out too much, you want to think about, am I feeling burned out? Am I getting injured all the time? If either of those things are happening, you're working out too much. Now, if it's your job, we don't have a choice, right? It's my job. I am definitely workout burned out. I am definitely injured all the time. I go from one injury to the next, but I try to work around it by the food, by taking care of other things that I can handle, vitamins, all those things. But for someone that doesn't have to work out every day, all day, you should not be doing it. So I want you guys to reevaluate. I see your workouts. So if I see, I'm using somebody that's not in the group. Tana hit her cardio. Tana hit her strength. Oh, Tana hit her cardio again. Oh, Tana got back on the bike. Why? If you're doing that, don't do that. And if you want to do it and you don't want me to know, don't log it. I'm going to call you out on it. We need balance. We need cardio. We need strength training. Don't be a cardio bunny. Your body will hold on to your fat. The more lean muscle your body has, the more fat your body will burn. For example, spin class tonight. And we need to give props to Denise for coming out to UFit, never took a spin class before. First time in the Shred Tribe. And I put out the announcement, whoever wants to take a spin class, come. She was like, first thing, I want to come. Had no idea first of all, I didn't even know she lived in my neighborhood at that point. Then I'm like, I saw something that made me think I knew that she lived in the neighborhood. And then I was like, she came to the studio. She's like, I've never taken a spin class ever. but I just want to do it. She stayed on the bike the entire time. She killed the class, and I'm a hard spinning instructor. She did amazing. So props to Denise. Mark that as your cardio. Don't do any more cardio today. So we need to do at least 2 to 4 strength sessions a week. You need to build that muscle. 5 pounds is not going to do it. Go heavier than 5 pounds. I love when I'm at Orange Theory and all the ladies walk over to the 5 pounds. We hide them. And they know where they are and they walk over. And I'm like looking at them like, you're really going to grab these 5 pounds? Then I let them go back to their station. I let them start. And then I walk over with 10-pound dumbbells. And they're like, I can't lift that. I'm like, let me go get me a purse. And they all have like the big ass Louis Vuitton bags that are like 12 pounds each or 20 pounds each, nonetheless. So don't do that. Find things you like to do. Don't overdo working out with things you don't like to do, because you won't want to do it anymore. I see that all the time as well. People come and go from Orange Theory. They get burned out. They come back. They get burned out. They come back. I get it. It's the same workout, right? Maybe you need tops cardio, because think about it this way. Whatever you're doing now, when you go on maintenance, you have to bump that up. Right? Because what you're doing now help you lose weight, is helping you lose that body fat. But once you lost all that body fat, how are you going to sustain that with the same amount of exercise? It's impossible. You have to do more. So cardio, maybe 90 minutes a week, 120 a week, not a day. Strength training, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. You could strength train every single day of the week, 30 minutes, and it would be good for you. That's only 150 minutes, or I don't count weekends. So 150 minutes a week. Could go up to 190 if you wanted to. But that's going to help you with your body composition changing. Because with macros, you're not just going to lose body fat, your body's going to change. Prime example, I posted Alexandra's picture. Where's my phone? I don't know if you guys all saw it, but I'm going to show you. Is that okay, Alexandra, since you're on here? Do you mind? Okay. Probably should have asked that first. But she did send it to me and said I could. So, okay. So this is maybe like October, November, maybe like 10 weeks, right? 10, 11 weeks. Do you guys see how much her body has changed? That's 10 pounds. It looks like it's like 25 pounds. Because that's what happens when you track macros. Your body shrinks because muscle and fat weigh exactly the same. So she has added muscle, taken away that body fat, shrunk her body, and lost 10 pounds. And looks amazing. Great job. Okay. So don't overdo it. Next thing people do that they make a mistake is obsessing over food. I feel like everybody does this. When you start tracking macros, you actually do get obsessed because you're looking at everything as numbers. But I want you to be more mindful than obsessed, right? Obsessed means that you can't go out of your house. You can't be social. I can't go. I gotta be right on point. If I go out, I might not have any idea of how to track it. How are you going to live your life like that? You're not. So go out, enjoy the time you have with your friends and family. Remember that it's not about the food or the alcohol. And along with that obsession with it is you do not have to be perfect. No one is perfect. I'm not gonna lie. I love when you guys message me and you're all excited because your numbers are perfect. And it's like 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm like, that's awesome. Great. It's like getting a hole in one. You're not going to do it very often, but when you do it, it's freaking awesome. But I don't expect it. Like just when you play golf, they don't expect you to get a hole in one every time you play golf. They expect you to play well. I expect you to track your numbers, work towards your goals. Maybe you're not going to get within the 10. Maybe you're not going to get within, zeros, but you're working at it. And if you hit those proteins, everything else will fall in line and I'll help you hit your numbers. If you start focusing on what you can't do, you're never going to do the right thing that you should be doing. So if you keep focusing on being perfect and trying to get the perfect zeros because you think that's great, you're going to have a harder time just hitting your macros in the long run. So try not to do that. It is okay to indulge sometimes if you need to. What do I say? Oh, well, we fucked up. Let's get back at it. It's a new day. You had a wedding to go to, didn't want to hoard your macros for that day because you could do that. I call it hoarding. It's not really called that, but I call it hoarding. You could do it, have a good time, and then just get right back on it. That's the beauty of tracking macros. So I want you to start thinking of not being obsessive about it, but I want you to start thinking about being mindful. Start thinking about when your body's hungry, when your body's not hungry, when you feel full. Know those things. You have to continue eating, obviously, but know those things because that's how you're going to handle it after everything. After all is said and done. Especially if you're indulging and now you're full. You know you're full. On a side note, someone came up to me today at Orange Theory, and I always say, it seems like it's a lot of food, but eventually it'll feel like you want more food. And she's like, I have to tell you something. First of all, I measured myself today and I lost an inch. She's like, and yesterday I came home and I was eating and I got done eating. I was almost like I could eat more. I was hungry and I was like, that's it. Your body is working. That's thermogenesis. That is your metabolism telling you that I am working now and I'm going to keep working and I'm going to make you hungry after you've had the food you've already had. You're working in that machine. The machine is starting to rev up, which is amazing. So yes, it might seem like a lot of food now, but eventually it'll catch up to you. Now, if you told me you work out 10 hours a week and you're only working out 5 hours a week and I calculated at 10, you're never going to be hungry. You're also never going to reach your goals. So you need to be honest with me, honest with yourself. How many hours a week are you exercising? Don't lie to me if you tell me 10 and you're really doing 15 because you don't want me to know you're doing that many hours every week, right? You have to eat for your goals. So I have to bump you up. Okay, so I already talked about don't strive for perfection. Thinking about weight loss as an all in or an all nothing. It's not black and white. You're not all in or you're not all out. A lot of people think they're all in, which is great, but they're probably not all in. And you don't have to be all in. Everything doesn't have to align. You just have to be focused and committed. Maybe you didn't get your 10,000 steps in today. Maybe it was really close, but you got all your water in. You hit your macros. That's amazing. You should be so proud of yourselves. Maybe you didn't do your steps, maybe you didn't get your water, but you hit your macros. Awesome. Maybe you did your steps, you did your water, and you were really close on your macros. Beautiful. All those things will come in time. Don't kill yourself and restrict yourself or commit yourself or obsess with yourself to do everything perfectly with that. Okay. I wanted to go over that. Next thing I want to talk about is non-exercise. Does anyone know what I'm getting at? Neat? No? Okay. So there's a thing called non-activity thermogenics. It's non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Neat. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That is something that is exercise that you don't do intentionally. You brush your teeth, you park your car, you walk, you don't take the escalator, you take the stairs. I'm going to give you examples of all those things. So I want you guys to think about your body as like, and I love talking about money, obviously, because I was talking about budget and stuff, but I want you guys to think about your body as like a bank account. And instead of dollars, think about your calories as money. Okay. I'm going to talk about a couple of different things. So instead of earning money through working and spending money, I want you guys to think about your body earning calories through eating and spending calories through living. Okay. So basic life support fundings is your basal metabolic rate. People always ask me, do you know what my BMR is? Do you know how to calculate my BMR? That is basic life living. Just waking up, going to work, coming home. That is your bottom line. I take that BMR and that's how I calculate your calories on top of your fitness and everything else. But that's your baseline. Then you have your thermic effect on food, and that, let's call that the cost of your food digesting. From there, we have exercise. Well, exercise is exercise. That is the activity of thermogenesis. Your body is burning the calories. And then you have your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and that is activity of your daily life. So when you are thinking about, I'm going to put my list of all the types of NEAT. So NEAT is, like I said, anything that you kind of don't do as your exercise of the day. It could be parking far away, as far away as you can from a store. Does anybody do that? I do that. And I hate when I'm with somebody that circles until they get to the front parking spot. Or my mom will say, I have a handicap. And I'm like, but you can walk. Let's park and walk. I'm not lying, am I, Stacey? Always. I have my handicap. Take a walking meeting versus taking a sitting meeting, especially if we're on like Zoom or something. You can walk while you're Zooming. I know two people, Mike and Tate, studio manager of my Orange Theory. They both pace on the phone. They walk when they're talking on the phone. That is neat. That's probably the most calories they both burn all day long, because it's constantly walking around in circles. Mow your own lawn instead of paying a lawn service. Commute via a bicycle or walking back and forth to work. Already talked about taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Oh, I didn't even realize I put this on here. Pace when you're talking on the phone. Use the bathroom on a different floor of your office building. Has anyone ever thought of that? I never thought of that. That's really good though. Like if you work in an office and you go right to the bathroom, just go to a different level. If you work in the mall, go to a different part of the mall, wherever you work. Use a standing desk. That would be considered neat. And this is only considered neat because you're not getting your heart rate up, is a walking pad under your work desk. It's not a treadmill, it's a walking pad. So those are all different types of neat. So one of the most important things of weight loss is bumping up our metabolism, right? Totally segued into that with your calories and everything. And when you are doing more neat than not neat, your metabolism will increase that much more. So yeah, it's great that you're getting your exercise in, but you've really got to focus on those neat things. So walking around the house. How many of you fold your laundry downstairs and put it at the bottom of the stairs and say, the next time I go back upstairs, I'm going to grab this and bring it upstairs with me? Or happens here all the time. We run out of toilet paper upstairs and we keep it in the garage. So we put it on the stairs and say to the other one, next time you go up, grab the toilet paper when you go up to our bathroom. Now, I or one of us picked it up and walked upstairs and downstairs, that would be part of our needs. And we should be conscious of that. Doing the dishes, fidgeting. Anybody have fidget rings, fidget bracelets, fidget pens? They're all over now. It's like the biggest rage, fidget stuff. Those are considered neat. Going up and down the stairs, cleaning the house, anything that requires your body to move that is not a structured exercise. So when you are thinking about neat, it's probably one of the most important things for weight loss because it will bump up your overall metabolism when it comes to weight management, your metabolic health, and your overall health. So I want you guys to start thinking about how you can incorporate it in. Here's a fact. NEAT levels can vary between two very similar people by almost 2,000 calories a day. The difference represents 150% of most people's BMRs. So that basal metabolic rate, by increasing your NEAT, you're increasing that basal metabolic rate, which means you're increasing your calorie burn, which means you're increasing your weight loss. Of course, everybody's different. So don't, if you have someone in the program, don't ask them what they're doing for their NEAT. I just saw Stacy and Dana smile at each other because they're cousins. And I was totally wondering if Stacy told Dana that she came back in the program and if that's why Dana messaged me to come back in the program. It is, right? I knew it. I knew it. Okay, that's all right. That's good. I'm glad. You guys have each other. That's awesome. On the flip side, if you don't do anything neat, that's where you start to gain weight. So people will say to me, I'm sedentary. I'm like, well, how sedentary are you? Well, I don't work out. I'm like, okay, well, do you live in an apartment building? Yes. Do you have elevators? No. Are you on the first floor? No, I'm on the fourth floor. Then you're not sedentary. You have to get to your apartment somehow, right? Same thing with work, same thing with all those things we talked about. So even though you might not getting your exercise in, as long as you get those other neat things in, it's going to be just as work just as well for you. But you can't just do it one day, right? You have to do it all the time. Okay. Weight management is one of the only superpowers that NEAT has. One of its other is not only the one. Another superpower is that when you have a higher NEAT, your body has more robust metabolism and it can help reduce or prevent insulin resistance by making your body more insulin sensitive. So when my mom was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, the first thing the doctor said to her, start walking. Just start walking every day. Don't pump your arms. Don't do structured exercise. Just start walking. The mall walkers. You guys all see mall walkers, right? They're at every mall. They're out there. They're just getting in their needs. That's going to help. Okay, so NEAT is one of the most powerful tools that we have in our toolbox that we don't utilize. We might utilize it sometimes. We might not. We go on a cruise. Everybody's like, I'm going to take the stairs everywhere. Every time I'm on a cruise, everywhere I go, I'm going to take those stairs. And how much of those stairs do you really take, right? So I'm the type of person that I'm like, all right, Mike, get on the elevator. I'm going to take the stairs. And I meet him whatever floor we're going on. Because that's pretty much when if you don't go to the gym on a cruise, that's pretty much your only exercise you're going to get. But it's considered neat. But they do have really nice gyms on cruises, just so you guys know. And they have spin classes. They have everything there. It's very cool. Okay, so your NEAT is one of the most helpful tools in your toolbox for weight loss, weight maintenance, and improving your health. It is also one of the most overlooked and unappreciated. So start prioritizing your NEAT, and it will help accelerate your results. Raise your hand if you're thinking about something that you can do that's neat, that will help add it into your daily activity. I kind of gave you a ton of ideas, right? There's so many things. So I want you guys, for your homework, 2 things. The first thing is I want you guys to send me one NEAT that you can do. One NEAT on a pretty much daily basis. The other thing is, your Monday question was, what is your why? I'm going to open up the why group again. And everybody's going to post in the why group, my why group, why they're in the program. By putting it out there, it will hold you more accountable. People will know what your why is. It will remind you of your why. I'm going to remind you of your why. Remember why you're doing this when you feel like you want to quit. Your why is the most important thing for you being here. That's the reason why you messaged me. Maybe Dana messaged me because of Stacy, but that's the reason why you messaged me. Maybe you messaged me because you're doing the transformation challenge and you want to win. Just so you know, I have 2 transformation challenge winners under my belt. Not me personally, but people did. They were the winners. Anna, you're one of them, weren't you? Yes, you were. And then Cheryl was another one. So that means I might actually have 3. So if you're going on Orange Theory and you join the transformation challenge, you have pretty high odds of winning the challenge. And that's, I don't know what your studio is. My studio is $250 each winner. So plus other things. So really quick before I get shut down, I am partnering with Fit Food Fresh. It is like a ideal nutrition kind of thing. They deliver everywhere, but they're super, super clean. I'm actually meeting with the owner on Friday at Orange Theory. He is sponsoring our transformation challenge. And his food is super, super, super clean. Like comparatively, like Ideal Nutrition is very clean. He's even cleaner. So I love that we can have that as an option. So he's going to give us discounts for Try People, and I'll give them to you guys so you know what they are. Yeah, he does have gluten-free, dairy-free, I'm assuming, but we'll find out for you, Anna. And I think that's pretty much it. So we are done. Thank you guys for understanding that we moved the meeting to 7:30. I really appreciate it. I feel like we have so many more people on here tonight when 7:30 and not 7:15. If 7:30 is better for you guys versus 7:15, message me. Maybe we'll change it to 7:30. I'm going to get bombarded with 7:30, 7:30, 7:30, which I don't care. I'm here anyway. It's fine with me. Jane seems to like 7:30 better as well. She gave me a heart. She's not showing herself, but she definitely is good with the Zoom. I've seen a hand, a heart. I don't know any of those things. I suck at Zoom. Okay. Everybody have an amazing day. We are going to have our Saturday workout this Saturday, 7 a.m. If anybody wants to join. If you tell me you're going to join, you don't join, I'm going to call you out in the Zoom. I did it this past Saturday. It was good. We did 30 minutes, done. So, right, it was good. Andrew was there. Andrew, didn't I call out the people that said they weren't there? That, yeah, see, I'm honest. We're going to do it again this Saturday. I think going forward, we might have to do it on Sundays, which I feel bad because Andrea does my boot camp on Sundays. So she might have to do 2 and 1. We'll see. And I'll let you guys know about the weekday workout as well. We're going to be adding that too. So, all right, everybody have an amazing Wednesday. Thank you so much for coming on. Hopefully you got something out of this. Don't forget you have two pieces of homework, and I think you guys are all smiling. You guys are all so happy. Have a great Wednesday. Remember, always be badass. I can't read Danae's note. Bye, everyone.